I was just watching some witchcraft on my phone.
Nothing outside of the usual for John,
Nah.
of course. Nice.
Some like the word warlock. I stick with witch. Or the better, bruja. That was like 5 R's right there.
It rolls right off the tongue. Oh, nice. Okay. I feel like I should start with that one then too. I don't know. No. Okay, we'll mix it up.
I'll show you why.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
So although I
Uh-huh.
didn't completely stick with the schedule, I didn't go outside of what we requested.
Not technically. You're right. Correct.
So you're the
Technically,
bad
you have a point.
podcaster for not following what I did.
Wow. Sounds good. My bad. Actually, it's interesting you bring that up. So what John is talking about, to anyone listening and not watching. So we talked about doing delicious IPA by Stone today. And actually it's funny because you have 2 of like the taller cans of them, right? They're like the 16-ounce ones.
Daddy's gonna have a good time. Mine's 19.4.
Ooh,
Yeah, Daddy's
very
gonna have a good
nice.
time.
You definitely are. So I it's funny you mentioned that because again, the store I went to buy my delicious, I was seeing like different cans. They have like FML, Standard Stone IPA. They even had what was the other one? It's escaping me. But anyway, I saw a few and I was like, you know what? Don't they have like a tall can of delicious? And I couldn't find it. And maybe it was just the store I was at. Maybe I didn't look hard enough. But I looked where they had Stone. Oh, it was the Buenaveza one they had also, the Mexican lager style one.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah. I'm good.
right?
Yeah.
With like the salt and lime on it. Anyway, I couldn't find that one. And so I was like, dang it, man. Like, I guess maybe they just don't sell it in a tall can, I suppose. And so I did not get a tall can, but I do have a can later to do. But for now, the original idea was to go with a Pizza Port beer. I don't know how many Pizza Port beers we've had on the show, actually. This might be the first.
Yeah, I want to say
Crazy.
first. Which is
like
weird.
53 episodes.
It's a good beer. I've had a few. I'm not gonna say several. A few of their beers, and every single time I'm like, this is not bad. But you want to know the crazy thing is, if I went into a restaurant and they had a Pizza Port or Stone Delicious, probably gonna get the Delicious. I don't know why.
It's an old reliable beer for us. Easy.
That segues me into the question I wanted to ask you. So
only twice a week.
Really, I'm down to 7.
Down to. Is that a goal? Don't look away from the camera.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hello. Okay.
Have you ever
I
had beers that were your go-tos? So like for me, my go-to was Space Dust, and then I graduated from Space Dust to Delicious, and now I don't know what I drink regularly, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. Yeah, you know what? I'm in a similar boat, but I and sometimes I feel like even in our friendship, there are go-tos that we just know we can rely on for sure. And we've talked about them on the show as well. But I would say Delicious is definitely one, but it also depends on where I'm going. Like if it's a spot I'm familiar with and I'm familiar with like their beer rotations or what they usually carry, then I typically have an idea of what I'm going to get. For instance, there's one restaurant not far from our house, from where I live, and they have Stone Delicious on tap. They've had it there for a year or two now.
Good choice.
Yeah, not bad. I don't get it as often, though. I actually get a Boat Shoes Hazy IPA by Carl Strauss more often because I feel like I don't see that one around very often, at least where I live. So it's kind of just a nice way to mix it up. I don't think it's as strong as Delicious, though, either.
It's probably not. I was agreeing with you for a second, and I thought about it. I actually think I live next to one of those breweries. Carl Strauss? Yeah, I'm very positive I'm very close to one.
I wouldn't doubt it. You probably live to the one. I'm kind of jealous now that you mention it.
That's like, I don't know. I feel like when a brewery is like a full-on restaurant, it's not a brewery. Even Tustin Brewery. Even though they have like 12 of their own beers, for me, I think a brewery is just a place that you go into and they just have beer. Period.
Beer is first, food comes second.
And I even feel that way about Green Cheek. Like it is a brewery.
There's no way you could say it's not a brewery.
They have their own.
They have appetizers.
No, they got real food.
They have burgers.
Don't come
That's
at
pub
me
food.
like that. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm a drink.
You're out of control.
You're right. I'm all over the place.
You know what? You went sober for 2 weeks. I don't know what to believe from you anymore.
I saw God, and then I was like, wait, that's just a tortilla. And then I started drinking.
Just a slightly toasted tortilla. You left on the stove for a smidge too long.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn.
I'm telling you, God told me to eat him. I'm telling you, add butter on that bitch and eat me. That's pretty much. That's what you heard. So
that's what I did.
Usually sobriety brings clarity, at least some could say, but for you, probably the opposite for sure.
No. I felt more drunk being sober than I do when I'm drunk.
There you go. It brings on brain smudge for John.
Don't like it. Don't like it.
I don't blame you.
If I'm not drinking at least 12 times a day, there's just no point of living. Not at all.
No, of course.
Of course, I'm talking about 21? Water and juice.
Yeah, of course.
That's it. And beer, of course.
So let's take a little tasty boy. I'm kind of excited. I haven't had this one in a long time.
It's a pretty color. Yeah. Yeah, slurp it.
Ooh. I think you would have liked it. It's not bad. So the reason why I picked this beer, and I'm sure I've talked about it on the show before, maybe once or twice, but so Swami's India Pale Ale by, again, Pizza Port Brewing Company. Check them out. It's a pretty chill brewery.
Where are they located?
Let me find out, sir.
I'm about to find out too.
Do it. Let's see here.
Let me, do I have access to...
So the beer itself was first brewed in 1992. So this brewery has been around for a while. It's a West Coast style IPA as well. But I'm still not seeing the location. Who knows
where
screen. Pizza Port Brewing is from?
Let me share.
Oh, God. Okay,
stop
permission's granted.
Me.
There you go. You may now.
I don't know if I want to.
Your tortilla has spoken.
All right, here we go.
All right. So narrate what you're doing for the people listening.
I am trying to find the location of Pizza Port.
Nice.
I should probably wear my glasses because I'm squinting like a mofo. Clemente,
I see where it is. Yeah,
there's
a few. There's 5 locations in Southern California. I'm seeing it right there.
First of all, I don't know why I'm being. Yeah, you're right, but I want to see it on maps.
Okay, fair enough.
I need to visually see how far I am from one. Can I walk to it, or can I?
You could walk. I don't know if you'll make it there very well.
I'll die. I'll
do it.
I'll definitely die on the way. I'm not trying
You'll
to go
be
to
refreshed by the beer. Yeah, let's find out how. Oh wow, founded in 1987. There you go. See, we are becoming more educational on this show.
There you go. There's all of the education.
Right. Oh, speaking of which, so I don't know if you remember, but the fun fact that you gave last episode, where you called out Sin for wanting us to always be more educational. I found out what the acronym is for that. For what you said.
What?
It is Litim Siggy Fitted.
What exactly did I say?
I was editing the episode earlier, and before I uploaded it, it was. Oh God, what did you say? I'm trying to remember what the acronym stands for now.
Oh,
fuck.
No.
It's so nonsensical. I don't remember what it even stands for. God, LTMC. I know C is for sin.
Right.
God damn it.
Almost get there.
It's fucking like 20 letters long. We're LTMCIGYYFFTD. Let 'em Siggy Fitted.
Let 'em Siggy Figured. I like that. Let 'em City Figured.
It sounds about as sensical as this show.
Oh my God.
See what happens when you try to make us educational? We
get dumber. We get dumber.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're all basically in SoCal, and I think I'm pretty close to one.
That's rad. That's super rad.
San Clemente.
Yeah, you should. Oh yeah, look it right outside of Tustin. There's 2 of them. Oh wait, never mind.
No, this is not Tustin, my friend.
I saw I saw Mission Viejo, and I saw Tustin just north of that.
Let's do
Yeah, and there's
Costa
Santa Ana.
Mesa.
Nice. There's
South
North Tustin
Coast.
area.
Let's do South Coast.
We should try to
29
walk
minutes.
to. Yeah, not bad. By walking, that'd probably be like 5-7 hours. We should do it as a reward.
10 hours, AJ.
10 hours
In
of
all
walking.
directions.
No less than 10 hours and 20 minutes.
You can walk there. I will be drunk by the time you get there. Tortilla, Jesus told me to. That's the name of this episode. Tortilla, Jesus told me to.
Please message me that right now. Please DM me that. You must. You must. You're not wrong.
Tortilla,
Anyway,
Jesus told me to. There we go.
So the reason why I picked this beer today was because I hadn't had it in like 3 years. So it was my sister's wedding, my baby sister's wedding to be specific, and the next morning we were having like brunch together. It was really cool. Everyone was having fun, and my dad knew that they had this beer there. It was like one of the IPAs they had that was available, and so he had one. I figured, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to have one too. Nice. It's like a morning of celebration. Let's have a great time. And so I guess that's why this beer kind of has like a little spot in my heart for sure. And It's not bad. It's kind of danky tasting.
You know,
the percentages though.
It's funny that we have a connection with that because I actually have a connection with Pizza Port. Whenever I think of Pizza Port, I think about this taco place my wife and I used to go to. It was our regular spot right down the street. It was called Taco Asylum. Mm-hmm. It's kind of by like Salty Bear or the Bootleggers, and it's in that area.
Gun Whale, all that.
It's like in between that. And whenever we go there, they always have craft beers. And whenever they had like on tap beers I didn't like, I would always get the Pizza Port. And I had gotten it a few times there. So whenever I think Pizza Port, it reminds me about Taco Asylum that died because of COVID.
So messed up.
Taco Asylum, please come back. You were so good.
I know.
You never had Taco Asylum, have you?
I never got to enjoy that with you. I don't believe I did.
Did I bring it up? So. Like, does it sound familiar?
Oh no, you've definitely talked about it with me before. I'm sure you've even mentioned it on the show. Now that you mention it now, but yeah, I would not. I know for a fact that you've told me about it multiple times. I don't think I've ever been there though. I doubt it.
I don't think
highly doubt it. Which makes me sad because I'm sure it was great.
Yeah, it was a good taco spot. It was, it was like Chipotle style Mexican, if you know what I'm trying to say. Not white and yeah, but it was good.
Frijoles Blanco for sure. I got you. You.
You know it.
Most definitely.
That sour cream, that tortilla.
Yeah. The guacamole.
The guacamole.
Yeah. Most definitely. Actually, I just had Chipotle earlier today too. I felt so bad. I was a piece of shit today. So I went on a nice, like another hike, a good long walk. Okay. And I went to order myself a bowl of poke because I was like, you know what? I haven't had poke in a little while. I should eat something somewhat light. And at first I was thinking, Chipotle. And then my head was like, no. I know Chipotle would be full, like filling, but so is poke if I have enough. I'm just going to do that. I'll have fish, whatever. And then I was so excited. I get there and I'm like, ooh, I'm close to earning my free bowl of poke also from this usual spot I go to. Let's go. And then I pick out everything. I'm hype and ready. The guy packs up my poke, mixes it just the way I like it, threw in a couple packets of soy sauce for me. And then right when he has me pay out, I realized I didn't have my wallet on me and they didn't take Google Pay or anything like that. So I had to walk out without my poke. I felt so bad.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does. Like, and the guy was kind of trying to be nice too. He was like, oh, well, I mean, are you going to be right back? And I told him, I was like, to be honest with you, I walked into this area. And so like, whenever you see me here, I walk here and it's probably going to be like a good hour for me to even get home for me to then come back. And so I just told him like, I'm so sorry, but like, I can't take it right now. It was nice of him to offer though. It was nice. I didn't want to do that, I mean, I guess shady. I could have. I just didn't want to be shady like that,
Yeah, you want them to hold it, and by the time you get home, you're full of Chipotle, and then what's even the point?
Exactly. So I opted for Chipotle instead.
Yeah, the place that's a little bit more technology savvy, I guess.
Yeah, I was able to mobile order right as I was walking out of the poke spot. So
damn, you didn't even hesitate. You're like,
not even. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I freaking burned like 900 calories. I figure I earned it. Shit.
Where is the Chipotle?
Hmm. What's that? On Grand Avenue, near where you used to live. I'll show you sometime.
Oh, it's in the shops. It's in the shops.
I was trying to avoid where I live around, but yeah, exactly.
Just bleep me out. The shops, the shops, the shops.
God damn it.
Have fun.
What's the
bleeping me
timestamp
out.
on this? What's the timestamp on this? Everyone's going to hear all the barnyard animal noises right now. Or they just would have.
You should just like put a clip of me laughing every time you bleep me out. You just hear,
You sound like Magneto from Marvel vs. Capcom.
welcome to die. Pretty direct, right?
Nah, dude, I'm gonna have like racial slur, and then you're gonna giggle right after it says that.
Terrible.
Over and over again.
Cancel me.
Other racial slur.
So I am one of those people who did not like Chipotle for years.
Yeah, I remember.
And honestly, I'm pretty okay with it now. I just don't like when I spend $30 for 2 bowls. And
oh no, that's insane. Yeah.
At that point, I'm kind of like, well, I mean, I gotta get the wok. That's extra already,
right?
And then what
and
else?
It's good
is extra?
Guacamole too.
Oh, it's good.
Bad.
It's bomb. What's your go-to at Chipotle?
So to be honest with you, I go for the chicken. It's the least expensive, and it's white meat. It's good for you. I've recently over the past like year have leaned more towards black beans instead of pinto beans, right, just to mix up the flavor a little bit.
You never go back. Yes. Yeah. Once you go black pinto beans, you never go back. Yep.
Brown rice for sure, and it's going to be a burrito. It's not going to be a bowl. I want my tortilla Jesus with me always.
Tortilla Jesus. Yeah, he's the reason you ordered it. Tortilla
exactly. I was called. I was called to him. So, I mean, you know how the advertisements go. It's like heavenly choirs every time you take a bite. So that's how it works. Anyway, so gotta have the brown rice. Obviously, it's healthier. Even though the white rice is good, don't get me wrong. It's just I try to be better somewhat. And then let's see, what do? I do the green medium and the red hot salsa together. Okay, I got to get both.
Nice. I actually get them towards the side.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I distribute it the way I want to.
I feel that. Okay. I never thought about getting that on the side. That's not a bad idea, because my burritos, I've gotten better. I've learned how to eat Chipotle burritos better over years. I used to be a terrible Chipotle burrito eater. I'll get into that in a minute. But I skip the fajita veggies just because I don't really care for the flavor, but I want to eat it because it's veggies. But I just can't make myself do it. I tried it a couple times and it felt like it threw off the flavor. It was too sweet. God bless you. Tortilla Jesus bless you.
There you go. Thank you.
And then you got to top it off with sour cream and guac, of course. And that's my Chipotle.
Wait, did you say you put do you put the
cheese for sure?
What kind of cheese? The extra
the white
cheese?
the white shredded cheese they have there, I guess.
Because they have like the nacho cheese.
Oh, the liquid, that queso stuff. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but I just don't.
In my veins.
Is it good?
I love it, but I love nacho cheese. Hey, like I've told,
I do too.
This was recently where they asked if you were lactose intolerant, and I told you I am. Don't get tested because it doesn't change anything. All it does is explain why I'm so gassy, and honestly, I don't care. It's the people around me who have to deal with it.
Exactly. That's their problem. Now, everyone loves their own brand. It's just everyone else around you that has to live with it. That's all.
Yep. It happens.
Poor wife. Your poor
she just gave me the dirtiest look ever.
I believe it. Oh God, she's the one that has to deal with it with the bed sheets lifting and wafting at 5 a.m.
I'm still not convinced from that doctor. Don't get me wrong. He wrote a book. He actually gave me the book to read. Don't believe him.
You know what? If he's giving the book away for free, probably don't believe him.
Probably not a good doctor, right?
No.
Probably stick to doctoring. Not
exactly. Not charity work, okay, buddy? Take it easy. You want to give me charity? Give me $5.
Did I tell you how the test was to find out if you were lactose intolerant?
No. Tell us now.
I breathed into something that was kind of like a breathalyzer.
Okay.
Like I literally just breathed right into it. And she was like, "You're lactose intolerant." Well, you know, Tortilla
Give
Jesus
me a
told me to eat
chance.
my
Give me a
cheese.
chance.
Let me blow again. Let me blow again. I'm sober. I swear.
It's because you let out like a little like when you did it, or what? You let a little mice out of the cupboard, or what?
Mhm. One cheek slapped the other.
Nice. Yep, lactose intolerant. I know that part.
So I need to go back to this. How do you
Sure.
not eat a burrito correctly?
So, I mean, normal burritos I can eat just fine. But for
Uh-huh.
whatever reason, for years and years, I
Mhm.
was so self-conscious about eating Chipotle burritos in public. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Those pieces of shit would fall apart on me all the time. If anyone who's listening has experienced this, let us know. Because yeah, dude, it's terrible. Like now I try to be better about it. Maybe just because I eat them more often now. I don't know what it is, but I mean, those things would just fall apart. The salsa would spill out. Sometimes I would have like tortillas that were already like torn up. Like there would be a big hole in the middle of it while I'm eating it. I'm like, why the fuck did they give me this? Like, I don't know. It was dumb. There have been times, maybe it was just the roller of the burrito that was bad. The person who prepped it, maybe they just didn't know what they were doing. Because I have had it before to where, I mean,
They
I don't
use a
order extra
roller?
ingredients or anything like that. I don't ask for like extra guac or extra chicken or any extra steak,
Basic.
whatever. I do it
Let me
straightforward.
guess. You like
And
vanilla ice cream too?
you
Basic.
know I do. God damn it. Don't call me out twice. Not again. Not again. I'm still working off the hate from that. But but God damn it. I remember one time I went to Chipotle and the dude could not roll the burrito to save. Maybe he was new, to his credit. Not to disparage the guy, his skills, but he could
Yeah, what's
not
his
roll it.
name?
And so he actually had a burrito king. I don't know. Don Burrito.
Don Burrito. I like that. Okay, so
Also
Don
his porn
Burrito,
star
this
handle.
bastard who tried to
Don
make your
Burrito, the
burrito.
bastard, was rolling my burrito in the middle of Chipotle. I was gonna say Starbucks for some reason, and and he had to actually double wrap mine for free because he just could not roll it to save his life. I felt so bad.
You should
I
have asked.
just was that.
Are you gonna give me? You should have asked for free food. I'm like, you're gonna give me chips. So when my burrito falls
Oh,
apart,
I didn't want to make him feel bad,
no,
but I guess I
need
could
to
have.
you need to look at Don Burrito right in the eyes and be like, bro, I'm about to bitch slap you with my burrito.
I think we need to name this episode "Tortilla Jesus versus Don Burrito."
There we
I'm
go.
down. Can
So
that
down.
be your porn star name, Don Burrito?
Don Burrito.
Yeah, it sounds very phallic.
I think I might like that. Let me see. Let's set the scene. You ready? You ready?
Yeah,
Okay. AJ walks
please.
in. AJ walks in to deliver.
Oh, I'm
some
involved.
pizza.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you delivering pizza. That's all you're doing though. You're just an extra.
Oh, I'd
You
be the
walking in.
best.
You walk in. The second you open that door, you just hear John open the door. Before you know it, full spread Don Burrito.
And I'm like, why am I delivering pizzas when I got a delicious burrito right here in front of me? Throw the pizza on the
you don't
ground,
gotta tip
jump
me.
on that burrito, and go to town. It's lunchtime,
I like
baby.
this.
I'm chowing down.
I like that. Yeah. Fade out Don Burrito. Okay. I like that. Don Burrito. Played by John Della Molina.
Someone please animate this.
I'm wearing a
John-
burrito costume.
John Della Burrito. I love it.
And all the ground
Yes.
beef is coming out from the back.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We just made our own porno.
Nice.
Wait, we did that already, didn't we?
Oh, Spider-Man, yeah. The Spider-Man threesome porn. Yeah.
Oh no.
We're good at this. I think we just need to make it happen.
We
We
need
are
to
putting
pivot
our-
our career from podcasting to porno making.
I mean, we could continue the podcast, but pornography will be the main source of income from now on.
How naked do I need to get?
As naked
All
as the
the
scene
naked.
calls for. There you go, all the naked.
Are you Don Burrito? Yes. Then all of the naked.
Right? Exactly. I want to see full burrito.
Oh my god. We're a terrible podcast. So bad. So
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I gotta ask you.
Yep.
The other day, I
It's a good
gave
beer.
you
Sorry.
I gave you a little bit of that. Well, why don't you tell me about the beer? I won't forget about this. Trust me.
Are you sure you're not gonna forget?
Nah.
I just wanted to say that it's a really nice beer. I'm enjoying it, dude. It's potent. I had a substance earlier, which we'll talk about in a little while, which I think kind of tipped me over to this point that I'm at now, like a nice, cool, like I can now be pretty darn good at beer pong level. But again, in a little
That's
while,
never
who's to
good.
say where that's going to become?
That's never good. When you're confident, you're bad.
That's very true. That's very
Yeah.
true. That false confidence can be damning for sure.
When that confidence starts to rise because you're drinking, you're doing a pretty bad.
It's right until you start throwing them and you realize, oh no.
You know, when you miss, just blame Tortilla Jesus.
Pray to him that he can recover your gameplay, but don't count on it.
No.
Don't count on it. But no, this beer is pretty good. Again, it tastes like a traditional style IPA, West Coast, as apparently it says on the can. It's bomb. It's
what was the
smooth.
percentage again?
Only like 6.8. So a very good single level IPA, not a double clearly, but nice flavor to it too. It just, I'm glad that we did this episode because I just can't, I mean, I'm sure we've done it recently, but in recent memory, I can't recall where we just had like straight up IPAs, not hazy, nothing like that, just straight up an IPA. I'm sure it's been a little while.
Is this a standard IPA?
I would say Delicious is probably a double, maybe. Delicious is what, 7.2? 7.8?
7.7.
7.7. There you go.
Gluten reduced. Ooh, okay.
It's a bitch beer. I want all the gluten.
It's
like I want
Don
Burrito to be all the naked.
Citrusy IPA.
Okay, so there's maybe a little bit of haze, but it's not like trying to be a hazy.
It's not even saying haze now.
Yeah,
it's citrusy lemon drop hops, tropical El Dorado hops. That's it.
That was one thing I remember about Delicious IPA way back in the day when it like first became big. When you and I got into it, like when it was starting out, I remember when it was a newer beer for us at the time, and that was one thing that stood out about it is that it did always kind of advertise having a citrusy kind of flavor to it, which is neat.
I remember hating this beer when it came out and hating Yes, and I disliked. I wouldn't say hate, but it just wasn't a beer I was enjoying. And before this beer, I was actually drinking Classic Stone.
Yes.
And then they started replacing Classic Stone with Delicious. Mm-hmm. And then I just think over time, going to restaurants that only really had like Delicious, it just kind of got to me. Same thing with the Space Dust. For whatever reason, I was never really into Space Dust, but I kept going to the fair. There was one year where I went to the fair like 5 times. And their best beer and strongest beer for the price was Space Dust. So I ordered them so many times that I was like, it's not that bad of a beer. And it's still not.
I know, right? It really isn't. It really isn't. That's a good point. But that's crazy, though. I really do not remember you disliking Delicious by Stone that much.
We old.
I guess so, yeah.
What year do you think it came out?
Delicious. I mean, I hope you look it up, but if I had to guess, I would say 2009.
2009 actually sounds kind
maybe
of
2010.
Right. We would have been 20, right? Well, you 21 because you're an old man.
Right. Maybe 2012 then?
Maybe,
I mean, who knows? Maybe it's older than we
14.
think.
I'm gonna say 14 because
okay,
Delicious came out after they were done with their experimenting phase.
Right, that was like near the tail end of it when we were getting all sorts of weird shit.
January 5th, 2015.
Oh shit, you were close. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Because we were already into IPAs by the time we started drinking this.
Yes.
That's why, and I know when we first got into IPAs, and here we go, living the glory days, Party House used to have like fucking 9 different stones, and they were rotating. Like now you go in, you see the FMLs, you see the Delicious, you see the standards, the Enjoy. Remember when they did like the Sierra Nevada crossover?
Yes. That was cool. I like that one. I remember us liking that one.
They had, well, you see it more now, but the black IPA, because that disappeared for a little bit. They had a
Self-righteousness
white IPA.
Or whatever. Mm-hmm.
They had a lot of IPA. God, I miss those days. There's one on my Instagram. I'm gonna look it up really quick and show it to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That I would just remember fucking adoring. But that's it. That's all I remember. That's the sad part. I don't even remember what it tastes like. Here it is.
Oh, okay,
Points
okay.
unknown IPA. Let me
That
know.
sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that beer.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it crazy how they used to experiment so much?
I posted this on May 19th, 2015. And look at this.
Wow.
Celebrating the end of my semester. Yep.
That's rad, dude. That's so rad.
8.5%. A
8.5?
double, yeah, it's 8.5. It might be 9. It's kind of hard to see. A double
Okay.
IPA blended with barrel aged Belgian style tripel. It's kind of hard to see this last word. Crazy.
Sure.
Crazy.
Wow.
Right?
That's so neat, dude. What a blast from the past. You should hit him up on social media and be like, "Hey, bring this
When are you
back.
gonna
What are
bring
the
this?
chances?"
I'm still hoping that fucking Russian River does Hop Father,
That
which
would be sick because I've yet to try that one.
I don't think they'll ever have it ever again, to be honest with you.
So weird that they would just take it away. Oh,
Yeah, so
I mean,
weird.
but they have been slightly experimenting with other IPAs lately. Like, for instance, when we went up north for your bachelor weekend getaway, they had two other IPAs that we just never had before. And I couldn't even tell you the names off the top of my head, but they had two other IPAs which we tried each of. Or did you try them before?
This trip, by the way, he's talking about this trip. Yep,
Oh my god, you still have the
yep, yep. Look at that. Look at all that guy love.
Look at all that guy love. The
Oh
big
yeah, look at
brown
that
man
one.
up front, that is not me,
That's
is
the one.
Papa Diego, who we've talked about multiple times on the show.
Oh yeah, I got all of them. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, I'll
Awesome.
never let those go.
I hope not. That's
Yeah,
rad.
I think that's probably why I like Lagunitas so much. Like Rip, they just have so many IPAs to pick from.
I know. And
God.
honest, actually, so I was talking with my stepdad earlier, and he and his buddies from work found a brewery that's like a small walk away from where they work. It's like in a little industrial area in Rancho Cucamonga, and I want us to go, especially because, and I mean, maybe he was exaggerating, but my stepdad is not a big fan of IPAs. He just doesn't care for it. As dark as he goes is like a dark lager, like a Modelo Negra
Mhm.
or like Michelob Amberbach. Otherwise, he likes red ales though too, like Red Trolley and stuff like that. He's cool with that, red ales, amber ales. Um, but that's really as dark as he goes. But that apparently at this microbrewery over there, um, he was like I was asking what he tried, and he's like, well, they had a few things, but it was mostly IPAs, and I don't really care for that. And I was like, oh, mostly IPAs? Tell me where it's at right now, because I can't wait to go. I'm gonna make John go with me for sure.
Oh, I'm so down. I mean, if you let me know like 3 weeks in advance, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, give me, you know what? Give me, and I'll be able to go.
You said 2 weeks? Sorry, cut off for a moment.
Yeah, 2 weeks. So then I can
Okay.
ask, unless it's a day I have off. Then you know what? If it's a Friday or Saturday, I'm always down. If not, let me know in advance. That's
All
all I
right.
ask.
You got it.
So let me show you this really quick. Yeah, I'm gonna share again. I'm gonna share again really quick because why
Do it.
not? Technology.
Let it happen.
So this is my new favorite. I wouldn't say favorite brewery, but it's my. I love going to this one. So can you see my screen?
Oh yeah.
You've been here before.
Planet 13.
Planet 13. You've been there, right?
Oh yeah, that was a
Yeah.
very fun little spot. Very classy,
Right.
actually.
Right. Right.
To anyone not familiar with the Orange County area, just search out Planet 13 if you're down with the SoCal lifestyle. We'll put it that way.
Oh yeah. They also have one of these in Vegas. It originated in Vegas.
Oh, there you go. Then we're wannabes then.
Planet 13 is right here. Look at this. Look at this. Same parking lot.
Uh-huh.
Brewery.
No way.
Brewery.
Santa Ana River Brewing Company. 4.9 out of 5 stars.
So
Jesus.
out of 69 reviews.
That's
Oh,
all the
yeah.
reviews you need. Those are all the reviews
So
you need.
my only gripe with this place, and it's not that big of a gripe, is in total they probably only have like 7 beers.
Okay.
So, and of the 7, 2 to 3 are maybe IPAs, and out of the 3 IPAs, 2 of them are pretty damn good.
Okay.
Let me see if it's on here though. Well, the reason why I love coming here.
Okay.
Um,
God, why have you not taken me?
and I just want to let you and the viewers know that my very sick Chihuahua is coughing right now, so if she so happens to throw up, I might run off.
Okay, sounds good.
This
Well,
is
that was like
why.
a fun spot. Oh,
Oh
pinball and
yeah.
everything.
They actually have like 5 now, I think.
Is
No,
that a
it's these three.
camera
It's
in the
these three.
pinball machine?
Yep.
Then
They
they
have
have flat screens
they have
showing.
tournaments.
That's so rad.
They got
That's so
tournaments.
nerdy. I love it.
I've never been there for the tournaments. I always end up showing up on like a random Sunday where it's nice and empty. But my
Uh-huh.
wife and I, we will be there for an hour and a half playing pinball. I didn't even
That's
realize I
awesome.
like pinball as much as I do until I went to this place.
It always helps when you have a couple good beers in you.
So it's weird because a little gimmick like that is enough to draw me in.
Sure, sure. Well, you're a competitive guy in your own right in certain areas of life.
Very much so. Oh, you know what's the best thrill in the world besides finding Tortilla Jesus? Is winning. Or winning against Tortilla Jesus, which I'm working on.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. One episode at a time. We will get to that level.
Ooh.
Is your Chihuahua doing okay? Your Chihuahua?
Well, if you see me turn over, it's because she's still dry heaving.
Oh Jesus, that's a fun
set
of imagination for everyone.
I'm ready for the next bear, so we can talk
same
about
here.
it right now.
All
Let
right,
me show you my battle scar.
Oh yeah.
All right, see you in a bit.
Back in just a second. Recording in progress.
I don't like her voice. I don't like it at all. Mm. Do you remember when we both worked at Target? We would hear the same, member needs help in electronics, and
yes,
30 seconds, then the fucking 15 seconds, and then like the 10 seconds, whatever it was.
Oh yeah,
that lady's voice. She must have been must have been the most hated person at Target. Right?
Most definitely. And no one even knows her. I wonder who she is. She must be credited somewhere. I wonder how much money she made for that work.
I'm pretty sure she showed up on like some type of magazine that we had at Target, because I do have a vivid memory of somebody pointing out. So this is the lady that makes us run to a department.
That's funny. Was she pretty? Was she a babe?
I don't remember.
Her voice is very direct, and it gave me a strong sense of urgency. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
It instilled that within me, at least. I'll say that much.
Oh man. Oh, I have two deliciouses.
Oh God, which one to go with? The choices, the options.
There's an empty one.
Maybe that one. Smash that one on your head.
Man, that must be really hard to do. To just.
Think you could try it?
No, I'm good. No, I don't think so. I can barely crush it with my hands.
True that, actually. I feel you on that. Yeah, I used to be better about it, but I used to be a stronger
got them dainty
person.
hands. Speaking of dainty hands, there it is.
Oh, yes.
Was giving my dog IVs.
Oh.
That was a nice one. And the worst part was that was for me uncapping the needle.
Whoa.
That was it.
So and she saw it and just attacked you?
No, it wasn't her. So what happened was I uncapped it, and just naturally I wanted to close it.
Oh.
So as I uncapped it, I tried to pop it back, and it stabbed me right here.
Jesus.
And I was like, oh, I poked myself. I was like, oh, well, I'm bleeding.
Is that blood?
And then before I know it, there was blood on the floor. And how big is your can? How big is that can?
Not like yours. Mine is a nice little 12-ounce boy, but I was happy that I found it in a can. I had bottled options, but I went with the can because I figured, you know what? The Swami's is in a can. Let me do a canned version of Delicious, because I'm sure I've probably had Delicious in a can before, but I know the vast majority of times I've drank it, it was in a bottle. So I was like, you know what? Let me can it today.
I feel on that.
I think be a canned beer episode.
I think I've had enough Delicious, because that was my very go-to. Enough times to say I've had it in both can and bottle. And tap. And tap.
Absolutely. Oh, tap is always the preferred. Though one time I did have it at a Chili's once, and it was a little too smooth from the tap once. Maybe it was a little older, I don't know, but yeah. It did happen to me. I was like, this doesn't taste like a pretty strong IPA.
Yeah.
But I'm liking it. It tastes like a Delicious. It's good. It's full flavored. It's round. Maybe a tiny bit of citrus there at the end, but it's good. I'm digging.
And lemon drop hops, whatever that means.
How dare I forget the lemon drop hops?
That sounds like something that's straight out of Willy Wonka,
Exactly. I would not doubt.
right?
Most definitely. My everlasting gobstoppers. My I don't know, my chocolate strudels. And also my lemon drop hops.
Oh, it's a real hop.
There you go. Well, of course.
I thought they were just bullshitting. I thought
Yeah,
they
you
watched
said
an episode of Willy Wonka and they were like, "Oh
just
yeah,
dropped some acid and had a good time. Yeah.
you see that? Look at that! Oh, to
Lemon
think
drop
that's what
hops. So
to
pretty.
to think that's what gets us drunk.
Absolutely. I mean, that doesn't look dissimilar from other plants that get us under the influence if you think about it.
Ooh, look at this nice little aroma evaluation.
Wow. Citrusy, fruity, herbal, floral. Wow. I like that. You know what we should
How?
do? It would be fun if we rate. Sorry, hold that question. We should use this chart every time we have a beer and we should just score it ourselves. That'd be kind of fun.
Well, there's a problem because my question was gonna be, how
Can
do
we start
people,
a chart?
how do people do notice all these flavors?
I mean, I guess you have to be educated. I mean, drink a lot of beer.
I guess I technically educated you to say beers kind of taste like cheese, right?
Yeah, you did. And I didn't see cheesy on there, but I think we need to add, instead of the other category, cheese.
Cheese.
We're on the same wavelength right now. Oh, yeah.
All of the cheese.
So I'm going to
Oh,
have some of my beer from my glass, and I'm going to have the rest in the can just to see if there's a flavor difference at all. But I'm excited.
Mm.
Oh,
It
but
tastes
yeah,
like an
I'm,
IPA.
I'm feeling pretty nice and toasty right now.
Well, you
Good.
also had a whiskey beforehand, so go ahead. Bless
right.
us with the whiskey talk.
Well,
Bitch.
you were invited. You were invited, but
You
it was very
bitch.
last minute, to be fair. So obviously in episodes past, maybe you're a newer listener. If you are, welcome. Where we don't just enjoy beer. John and I appreciate all forms of alcohol for the most part, and one of them being whiskey. And there's one brand of whiskey that we might be our favorite, maybe at least like top 2 to top 3 brands of whiskey, which would be Whistle Pig. And this brand of whiskey, Whistle Pig, they have an annual release called Boss Hog, the Boss Hog.
The Boss Hog.
And this is like their 8th edition of that, if you will, where it's called like Lapu Lapus Island. It's like basically ingredients that they got from Filipino heritage, and they bottled it, and it's like their latest high-end bottle for the year. And I have been wanting to own my own bottle ever since they launched it, essentially.
Nice.
And my stepdad actually bought a bottle today and messaged me while I was on my walk home that he got it. And so I figured, you know what? The liquor store I'm going to go buy today's beer at is on the way to his house. So why don't I just stop by? And so I did. I had just enough time to. And so I got to enjoy 2 nice little pours of it. And baby, it was nice.
Pours? Like, how many ounces do you think you drank?
Okay, so I was very, very, very conservative on my pours just because I knew I had to do the show and I didn't want to like get all blasted right before.
I wondered how drunk you were going to show up.
Right. Oh yeah, no, I didn't want to get destroyed. But I did want to enjoy a bigger pour. In fact, the first pour I did, my stepdad even said, he's like, you can have a bigger pour than that if you want. And I told him, no, I got to be good. I have to drive like right after this. I have like 30 minutes to enjoy this at most, and then I got to get going. So to answer your question, I probably had like 2 ounces worth. Nothing much, not much, but obviously like a good honest pour from a bar, if you will.
Oh, okay. So 2 ounces.
Yeah, about so. And it was good. It was smooth. And
I haven't had that one.
Me neither. It was my first time having this version of the Boss Hog. And one thing I had to state, and it was too bad because I wish you were there for it because you probably would have related. But I remember for my birthday, and we talked about this before on the show, you were awesome. And as a birthday present, you freaking brought your 18-year second edition of Whistle Pig to my birthday, and you had it in the trunk of your car. We had Boss Hog, and then we had the 18-year, or was it the other way around? What was the order?
We had the Boss Hog first, and then the 18-year. The problem is we're drunk idiots, and we were very drunk by the time we had both of them.
That's true. But one thing I will give us credit for, at least a little bit, or at least myself, I don't remember if you agreed or not, but I think you might have. And it was that, how can I say? So I remember saying, comparing the two, that the boss hog, I think that was either number 6 or number 7 boss hog that we had
Mhm.
that night.
Mhm. Couldn't
And
tell you.
I remember saying that I think the 18-year second edition was noticeably smoother compared to the boss hog that we had, which was, again, just very surprising. And today, when I had the 8th edition, it was very smooth. And I don't know, I guess just because I didn't have the 18-year right next to me to be able to compare it to,
It's
but it
hard.
was just right. It was hard to kind of like go back to what that tastes like a little bit, other than just being impressed, of course.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was interesting to think like, okay, 18-year and Boss Hog next to each other, how do they compare? Okay, the 18-year second edition was much smoother. However, this new Boss Hog, since I just had it, it was surprisingly smooth, potent, potent for sure, but smooth. And I just wonder how that would stack up next to the 18-year again. I don't know. It's very exciting to think about for me personally. But so yeah, I came into this episode a little toasty to begin with. It was nice. It's been nice.
Jealous. I came into it with a few dog bites.
Oh, it's about the same thing. It's all right.
It's close, right? It's some kind of rush.
Exactly, exactly. That
Mm.
strong sexual rush.
Do you know where he got it from?
So he wasn't specific. I think it was somewhere in like Rancho Cucamonga or Diamond Bar, something like that.
Oh, he likes being in those areas, huh?
It's where he works, and I guess
Okay.
he was in the area today when he was coming back from work, and he said he just stopped there. A buddy of him told him about it, and he stopped there, and apparently he saved a little bit of money compared to other prices you can find it for within the area, within like Southern California. So cool.
Hmm,
I think he
nice.
said he walked out with it. It was like 625 or something like that for the
Oh
bottle.
my god.
It's a chunk. It's a chunk. He said my mom had to give him permission.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he called her and said, "Hey, can I buy this?"
Well, yeah. He even said he's like, oh, and I have had permission for some time. I just hadn't bitten the bullet to
At
buy the
that point, yeah,
bottle.
right before you slide the card, you need that final confirmation.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I bet. I bet. For me, I mean, it would hurt me if I a little bit. It would do a little dent to my paycheck if I did that. But I could technically do it, but I just have not.
I'm good.
I want to, and I want to own this bottle. The casing of it is beautiful. The bottle is beautiful. The topper is lovely and strong and heavy. It's like nice and weighted, like the one you have. But I just can't bring myself to buy it for myself just for that. I mean, obviously, if I were to buy it, I would make sure that you would have to be there to enjoy it too.
And
Absolutely.
it's I don't know, it's crazy. That's the price of, and correct me if I'm wrong, PlayStation 5?
A little less expensive. So PlayStation 5, I think I would have to look at my account, but when I bought it, it was like a 499, so maybe out the door probably like 550 or something like that.
So the PlayStation was cheaper than the whiskey.
Yep.
Except the whiskey will probably last you a year if you're really good.
If I'm really
And
good.
I'm
That's a
talking
great
about
way to
like
think about it.
really good.
Yeah. Like that means like you and I don't hang out ever. I don't have that I don't have much free time. I don't have that much free time anyway, but if the free time I have, I would not allow myself to drink it. And yeah, but I knew I know if I owned that bottle, there would be some nights where I would just sit down and enjoy some though too, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've done
Who
that with
wouldn't?
some more expensive whiskeys, and that's why I try not to buy expensive whiskeys anymore.
Right.
Because although $120, yeah, it might be expensive for a few people, but that's like the price of a 12-year whistle pig. It'll last me about a month and a half. If and that's if I'm really trying to make it last.
That's not that bad though, you know, if you think about it. It's a quality whiskey. It could be worse, you know. I mean, I would hope you wouldn't do that with like a $600-700 bottle, you know.
It's been really hard not finishing this.
Oh, you still have some? I've been wondering. I've been wondering.
Maybe 2 to 3 ounces. And the only reason I have that much is because I want to compare it to, and I mean a sober compare
Mhm.
with the Boss Hog.
Ooh. Well, you have the capability of doing so. You certainly do. It's up to you on when you want to do that. I mean, you could always I mean, get the babiest of pours, or you can give yourself one grand 2 to 3 ounce pour and enjoy every sip of it, and then enjoy a Boss Hog sip right after. There you go.
Mm,
Now that you mentioned, I think it was a week or two ago, you mentioned that Stag Bar has Boss Hog back to only $30
for
per
like 30
pour,
minutes. I
which
wonder
is
what
insane.
edition it is, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly was where I was going with it. Yeah, I
Mhm.
would love to know. I mean,
But
it
yeah,
doesn't matter to me. The Boss Hog is the Boss Hog, and if it's vintage, it's vintage. That's fine. But yeah,
look at mine barely fits in my frame
I know, right? Mine does too.
because you have it this close, bitch. Oh my god.
It's a nice beer though, man. I'm
Mm.
feeling extra toasty right now for sure.
Are you planning on so are you
But
planning on going back and getting some of that whiskey? And when?
of course, if I'm lucky, as soon as tomorrow, which you should come by.
Nice.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow is Friday. You don't work tomorrow?
I don't.
Wow, you have a Thursday and Friday off?
Yeah, like last week. I told you this last Thursday.
Yeah, well,
Right before we went to Taco Truck Alley.
this is the few times we're good. I was gonna say we should have hung out, but this would have never been recorded.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. All last week we have been bad people for like 2 weeks straight.
And we agree on a date to record, and then we're like, "You want beer?" Yeah.
That is one thing I know. I know it makes us bad podcasters, at least for consistency's sake. But I'm glad we do this for us. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for you all listening and watching. Thank you. We appreciate you. We see the numbers. We posted on Instagram and Twitter the numbers we have. Like apparently in 2021 alone, our streams went up 330%, which is crazy. Apparently on Spot, and that's on Spotify alone. Mind you, that's only on our Spotify and Wrapped. That's not everything else. On Spotify alone, we're listened to on 5 different countries, but on like our Anchor account, it's probably double or triple that as far as countries are involved. So I mean, that's crazy. It's weird to think about that. Like someone from Russia, to you, the one person and their grandma who's listening to us in Russia, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Drink with us.
It's freaking crazy. Absolutely. And let us, and I'm serious when we say this, let us know what we should be drinking next time because we
we'll
want
do
to
it.
try it. If it's something we can find in the US, great. If it's not, and if we have to import it, as long as the price tag isn't insane, we will try it. Or better yet, if you want to send it to us, let us know. We could try to work something out to where it hopefully wouldn't cost you a pretty penny either. And if you're interested in trying to crowdfund us a little bit, because this show has to run somehow, then let us know. We'd be very open to it. I've actually been looking into some ways that we can do so to where we can be more crowdfunded from this show. That'd be fun.
Okay.
Until we can actually get some legitimate sponsors. And even then too. Why not?
We're going to keep getting drunk regardless.
whether there's sponsorship or not, we're going to still be doing this. It doesn't really
Nothing's
make a
going to
difference.
change.
John and I will be fathers, and we're still going to need to drink beer every once in a while. That's all it comes down to.
It's going to happen. We're going to sneak it, but it's going to happen.
Well, it's going to happen. We might have 15-minute episodes here and there, but best believe Tortilla Jesus will smile upon us each and every single time.
Tortilla Jesus, Lord and Savior.
Well, that being said, sir, I can't believe you are somehow prepared each and every single time. But even still, please do give us your words of wisdom for the week.
Oh, that is an easy one. So, no matter how picky of a drinker you are, making sure you have one that you know you can find in every single restaurant location you go to, because you're going to get disappointed often going to different places. But if you like that Stone Delicious, you'll find it everywhere. Be basic. Get vanilla ice cream.
Truer words never spoken from yours truly, Mr. Follower of Tortilla Jesus. Sounds good. All right.
Don Burrito.
Don, I'm sorry. How could I? Don Burrito, of course. This has been another episode of Beer Belly. You can find us on social media everywhere. Links in every episode description. Let your friends know who are dumb enough to want to listen to us. Let them know about us. You can find us on YouTube, Beer Belly Podcast. Have a great day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Have a good one. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Send in your questions.